In this box is Apple's entire iPhone 17 lineup, and I'm going to give you a first look. Real quick, before I open this up, if you want to keep up to date with the latest Apple news and reviews, hit that subscribe button. As we get into this, these are dummy units, right? So before an iPhone is released, manufacturers are able to get schematics, CADs, diagrams of these iPhones. They use those diagrams to produce their goods, their cases. So case manufacturers have like this early look at what an iPhone is shaped like. It doesn't really give you any information on the inside of the phones, but physical design stuff, yeah, it'll tell you quite a bit about it. Early on, you're going to get things like these. These are metal dummy units. These are from, I think, 2023, iPhone 15 Pro 2023. These are just CNC blocks of metal. After this round, they'll move on to possibly even 3D printed ones, which is what we saw this year coming out pretty early. And then you have what I've got in this box, which are kind of like realistic dummies. They have like buttons that press and the camera, and there's different textures. There's usually like actual glass on the front. They're the best visual representation of what these phones will look like before September. So I actually had to go pick this up. I didn't even get it delivered here to the house, but it's a little wonky, but I'm going to tear into it with you guys so we can all get our first look at the iPhone 17 in hand together. There are 8 total models in this box. There are 4 white and 4 black of the 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and 17 Pro Max. Of course, we're going to have to save the 17 Air for the end because I think that's the one most people are excited for. So let's go ahead, open this up, and check out Apple's entire iPhone 17 lineup. Okay, forgive me, I'm going to literally open this like a monkey and just kind of tear into it. I wasn't prepared. I didn't bring a knife, so we're just gonna tear into the box a little bit, trying to remove these phones. Okay, we got some stuff here. Let's see what else we got. Okay. That's it. These are them. These are all 8 of the iPhone 17 models I picked up, 4 black, 4 white, and they are helpfully labeled like right there. This is a 17, so let's grab a 17, and where's the other 17? Here's the black 17. Let's dig into these guys first. So each of the dummies comes in this little box wrapped in plastic. Okay, I'm going to tell you now, I think most people already knew it, but these 17s are going to be the most boring of this whole lineup because they're basically keeping the same design. Looks exactly like what we have with the iPhone 16, basically. The dual cameras, they're vertical. We have our camera control on the side. This is nothing really that new in terms of design here, but we knew that. These are going to have the updated processors, maybe camera changes, but these are just going to be the most minimal changes of the entire lineup. Just nothing really exciting here. So yeah, these could be 16s. If I showed you these could just be 16s. So let's move on. Let's jump up to the iPhone 17 Pro. My sponsor, ESR, has you covered. Quite literally. They have all new cases for the latest iPhone 16e that give you easy access to the action button, support MagSafe, and exceed the military drop test standard by 7 times. The ESR Halo Lock Cyber Tough case is great, with a 3-layer design that has a PC backing, a flexible TPE softshell, and an inner poron lining. Most drops happen from hip level, or even at chest height. This has enough protection to withstand drops from literally 23 feet. The magnets are also ultra strong here, 1500 Gs, which makes it very secure when using a MagSafe desk or car charger. It's not going to fall off when you hit a bump. There's also a sleeker, clear-backed Model 2, which I personally like the look of more, but that's just me. The best part of their iPhone 16e gear is the upgraded screen protector. It includes the Ultra Fit Tray applicator and is so easy to install. It even automatically removes the dust from your screen to prevent any air bubbles and easily resist scratches, like from the keys in your pocket. If you're getting or have an iPhone 16e already and you want to check these out, there's links in the description. Okay, we got them. We got 17 Pro in white, 17 Pro in black. Pull off all these manufacturing layers here. It's a better view. So here they are, iPhone 17 in white and black with that massive new camera bump. I think these are really interesting. Honestly, in person, the camera bump looks even bigger than it does in pictures. Like, it is huge comparatively. Like, here's I got my iPhone 15 Pro here. You can see these on that second angle there, how much bigger that bump is. So there's a bunch of reasons why people are talking about why the bump would have gotten bigger. The main reason seems to be that Apple had to change the orientation of how the camera module is going for the telephoto lens. It's a new higher resolution telephoto lens. And because of that, there's not room below it anymore for where it had to go, which means they had to move things like the LiDAR over to the right. And then of course they just moved the flash to keep things symmetrical. But that ended up with this just massive bump of a camera here. It looks really interesting. In terms of thinness, it is, I think, it's a little hard to tell, but I think it's a tiny bit thinner than what I've got now. But if it is, it's not much at all. I mean, this phone isn't going to be the thin one. It's going to be the Air. This feels pretty similar to that. But yeah, we've got our, power button there on the side, which looks a little smaller. We have our camera control, same thing as we have on the existing ones. The SIM card is going to be there for the global versions. The US version is going to be eSIM only, so there's not going to be a SIM card tray on the US ones. And we got our action button, volume buttons there. Everything else looks to be basically the same. The antenna bands line up the same. We got them on the top and on the sides. Everything looks pretty much the same. We even have the same, we do have a different layout on the bottom for the speakers and the microphones. So the holes are now a bit bigger than what they were before. We also only have 3 on the 16 Pro. The new one has 5 all the way across. So more symmetrical again, all the holes matching on either side of the USB-C port. So small physical change there on the outside. Doesn't give us too much else here. The screen looks the same. You can't really tell anything about, a notch or anything because we're just focusing on the actual body of these phones. So not too much else to glean here, but it's really interesting to see how big that camera bump is in real life. Let's go on to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Here they are, the iPhone 17 Pro Max in black and white. Basically, it's a scaled up version of the 17 Pro that we just looked at. See, again, massive camera bump on both of these. If you want to see kind of both of them together, get the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pro. I think this looks a little bit more proportional. The bump itself, same size, and the phone is bigger, so it doesn't look like it takes up a quarter of the phone size like it does on the 17 Pro. But yeah, very interesting. I never know how I'm going to feel about some of these design changes. This is a very interesting looking one. It doesn't look bad by any means, but I don't know. It doesn't jump out to me as I love it, but I think I'm just still excited to get to the Air. So let's put this aside and move to the 17 Air. Here they are, the ones that I have been waiting for after months and months of rumors on what these phones are actually going to look like in the real world, what it's going to be like to hold a 5 to 6 millimeter iPhone in your hand. I'm going to tell you. So we got 2 of them again, black and white. There's no way. This is crazy. Okay, here's our black one. Let's get the white one out. Here's what he is like color-wise here. There's been a lot of talk about what colors we're going to see for the new Pro models and even on the Air. I tend to like the lighter colors. I don't like the dark ones. I've been sticking with the white or the silvers for the past few years. Let me know which color you like down below in the comments. So yeah, here they are. These don't even seem real to me of how thin these are. Wow. They're just so thin. Like, I mean, they're wafer thin. Like, seriously, they feel crazy in the hands. Like, I'm just a little speechless. Like, they're so tiny. There we have the new camera bump, right? That's the story on the back. Camera bump there goes all the way across, but it's a lot thinner than on the Pros because we have one camera module. You only have a single camera. It's going to be a 48 megapixel wide angle lens. Likely, my guess is Apple's going to make it a little bit wider than the traditional lenses because there's only going to be one, and Apple's going to tout it as like 3 lenses in one, at least 2 lenses in one. They're at least going to say it's a wide angle and then a telephoto lens with lossless 2x zoom. Thanks to 48 megapixels, they'll center crop it out and get high resolution zoom photos that way. But they might be able to do something like with macro shot still if they make it a little bit wider. So maybe we'll get like a three-in-one camera module with this guy. But camera bump looks really nice on this. I like that, but the thinness is crazy. I mean, they had to make all these buttons smaller. Like literally the camera control is so much smaller than it was before. I'm wondering if that'll make it like easier to not hit, like just not hit it so easily as I kind of do now. And it's basically as thick as the USB-C port. Like the USB-C port is barely smaller than the phone itself. That's wild to me. We also have only 2 holes on either side, so I guess the speaker is going to be a little quieter on this comparatively because we only have the 2 little holes on either side. So 2 are for the microphone, 2 are for the speaker. So that's on the bottom, and then we'll have another speaker built into like the headset. That'll be able to be loud and give you that stereo sound per usual. But this is it. This is what we're getting this fall, the iPhone 17 Air. In my opinion, this is a precursor to Apple doing some sort of folding phone. That's what this is to me, because if you had something like this and you were able to get a foldable screen there in the center, this would fold up so nicely. That's clearly what Apple is working on with this. I think this is going to be extremely popular. I think once people are able to hold these and feel them, they're going to be shocked. And I don't think people are going to miss the missing camera. I think that's going to be fine. People are going to be happy with one, especially as Apple has been advertising the multi-purpose single lens situations. And I will say these lenses stick out a ridiculous amount. Wherever my old phone is, my 15 Pro, I say old phone, it's still current. But all these cameras stick out, just jut out a ridiculous amount. If I get really close with the camera lens, you can see how much these protrude from the phone, which makes sense, especially on the Air, because the body is so thin, those components still got to go somewhere. But yeah, they stick out a ton there, even on the new Pros. So definitely interesting to see what Apple's doing on the camera side of things. Let me know what you guys think. This is it. This is Apple's lineup for this year. We got the iPhone 17, it's keeping that same 16 design. We have the iPhone 17 Air in the price range. We got the iPhone 17 Pro, and lastly, on the top, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And with the new camera bumps, they're kind of harder to fan. They don't fan nearly as nicely as they used to. But this is it. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to be picking up any of these this fall? Drop me a line down below in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.